Hey everyone, welcome back. Systemic low-grade inflammation starts and develops in the body because every day we add tiny bits of inflammation with our pro-inflammatory behavior. What is that? Well, that are the little stresses throughout the day, the small bites of pro-inflammatory food, or the small sips of pro-inflammatory drinks, or the inactivity that we have. There are so many causes of low-grade inflammation. And when we add these throughout the day, just those little tiny bits of inflammation, they accumulate over 365 days in the year. And within a year, low-grade inflammation really significantly levels up. Now, here's a big opportunity, because if with those little behaviors throughout the day we can add to low-grade inflammation, we can also use little hacks that can lower low-grade inflammation. And that is what I want to give you with these videos. So every now and then give you a hack that you can use every day, that you can sneak in your day, that lowers the low-grade inflammation. And if you do that every day, while it's really a small action, they add up throughout the day and they accumulate over 365 days in the year. And within a year, you can lower your low-grade inflammation significantly. And chronic disease can reverse. And that is exactly what we want, right? And we know from research that when we get a diagnosis of chronic diseases, that they have been there, they can trace it back over years and years, sometimes even 10 years. So it's really worthwhile to use those little hacks in the day and be very mindful about our behavior. If our behavior is anti-inflammatory or pro-inflammatory, we really want to have all our little behaviors throughout the day to be anti-inflammatory. So what is it about those lemons? Well, when life brings you lemons, not like an incident, but like a longer time, then the brain starts to create low-grade inflammation as a counteract. Because in dire times, the brain believes that there may be some injury coming ahead, because something may happen, right? So out of survival, in anticipation, as a precaution, a little bit of inflammation is created. Now, that in itself is not a problem, because when life brings you bowls of cherries again, then this low-grade inflammation resolutes and everything is well again. But if those lemons keep coming your way, then there is no resolution. And the brain sees that there is still a threat out there. The lemons are still out there. So low-grade inflammation keeps creating, and therefore low-grade inflammation is a progressive phenomenon when there's no resolution. And then, because there's damage on our cells, chronic disease can develop after those years and years of low-grade inflammation. Now, what to do right now? Well, the best thing, of course, is to face the lemons, meaning that we want to treat the causes. Because when we keep the causes free-flowing, then inflammation will keep coming. However, there are those little hacks that you can use throughout the day to reduce this level of low-grade inflammation. So when life brings you lemons, eat them. And I do not mean that metaphorically, like the lemons, the trouble in your life coming. No, literally. Eat the lemons. Because lemons in itself are highly anti-inflammatory. They have very high levels of vitamin C. So in itself, they are directly lowering your inflammatory levels. Secondly, they are quite cleansing to the liver. And one of the first targets in your body of the damage of low-grade inflammation is liver dysfunction. And they're quite cleansing for your liver. And the third thing, what is really great about lemons is they're full of fiber. And the fiber is not only nurturing your microbiome, but because they are nurturing your microbiome, your immune system in your gut is strengthened, and therefore is a second wave of lowering the inflammatory levels. So lemons are really quite good. Now, how can you use those lemons and sneak them into your day? Not squeeze them into your day, because we don't want to squeeze the lemons. However, if you have limited time in your day or some days, or you have limited availability to lemons, that may also be the case, then the next best thing to do is to pour lemon juice, pure lemon juice, no sugar added, just the pure lemon juice into your water or into your tea throughout the day, because that will work as well, not as strong as the whole lemon. You only have the juice, so you do not have the fiber, and the levels of vitamin C are usually a little bit degraded from the fresh, real fruit. So this really has the preference. But if there's no availability, take the juice. If you do have the lemons, take 1 or 2 and take off the yellow peel, but leave the white underneath, because that is gold. That is the fiber for your gut. So take 1 or 2 and take off the yellow skin, put them in the blender with some ice cubes and water, and then blend them until it's a real smooth juice. I'm crazy about smooth juices, right? And they match really well with a cup of coffee or a cup of espresso. But if you drink it just plain and it is a little bit too sour for you, just water it down, and you can take the whole morning, right, or the whole afternoon to drink it. I use it on an empty stomach. So this is what I do first thing in the morning, and it really works out well. Lemons are evidenced to have big health benefits, and they lower the low-grade inflammation over time. So it accumulates over weeks and weeks and weeks. However, you create your own evidence, right? You see what works for you. So if you try this for a week, maybe 2 weeks, you will feel better. You will actually prove it to yourself, right? So when you do that, it will help you over a longer period to recreate your health, because you will sneak in other things as well, other hacks as well throughout the day. If you have to make a choice, make an anti-inflammatory choice. And, well, sneak in the lemons, don't squeeze them. And yeah, you can also take a bowl of cherries. So see you next time.